Recording.
All right. How exciting, everyone. Thanks for jumping on. It's 9:30 p.m. here, 9:40 p.m. What time is it where you guys are? You guys are in Bali. You've got other countries here. So this is really exciting. This is a global movement that it's literally just getting started. Like this is literally just like a little embryo starting around the world. There's only, 50,000 people in the world. This is like this small, tiny group of people who are into consciousness, raising the vibe of the planet, into stepping into their truest potential. This is about, building a community and a unity of everyone so we can all have a voice and step into our power and really impact the world, whether it's helping our health be a 10 out of 10, whether it's helping our financial future. This is an incredible gift that's been gifted into my life. I'll just get everyone to mute their line before we get into this as well. Would love to, I can't actually do that. If you could mute everyone, that'd be awesome. And so, yeah,
I'll make you host too.
Really, back in December, one of my health mentors, someone that I've known for about 13 years, had an experience with the Healy where he used the Healy for the first time. It scanned his body. And for those who haven't seen the Healy before, this is it right here. It looks like this little toy, but it's definitely not a toy. It's a class 2 medical device from Germany. And so he had an experience where literally holding it in his hand, he was able to scan his bioenergetic field. And what came up for him was to relax. And so it was quite relevant for him. And he sat there for a whole hour, did the relaxation setting. He connected it to his wrists. And he had a bit of a meditation. And after that session, he walked outside in Darling Harbour here in Sydney, and everything he said was more bright. He felt really calm. It was more vivid in his vision. He felt incredibly hungry, like he would feel after he had a healing session from one of his healers. And he was like, this is really unique. And that night went home, had an amazing night's sleep. And then the next day, I'm one of his closest friends. So he's like, Zach, I don't know what the heck this is, but it's incredible. You should definitely check it out. And so I said, all right, cool. I'll check it out. And I did a heap of research. I looked into it and I figured out that this was from a German medical company. They've been using this technology for 13 years. They're in 40 countries. They've helped nearly 1 million people. There's 3,000 practitioners with these massive medical machines that are 20,000 euro. And you'd go in for a session, you'd hold these electrical bands, rods, and you'd have a session. It's called frequency or bioresonance therapy. And they decided to make a compact version of this 20,000 euro machine so that they could help more people. So the practitioner was able to sell the Healy to their clients in between sessions. And the clients got such great results that they never returned to the session with their frequency therapist. And in that moment, they realized, oh my gosh, maybe this device could actually be used to help people globally to add frequency therapy into their homes instead of going once a month, maybe going a couple of times a day. And so that was 2 years ago. And then, 14 months ago, it started as a referral social selling business where anyone in the world, whether you're passionate about helping people, whether you're, you have your own healing business, or whether you're an online marketer, or whether you're just a person that loves wellness, this is something that we can all add into our lives to help us accelerate our healing journey, our self-awareness journey, and to help us be in the healthiest state there is. So I think that's pretty cool. And so a little bit about me, I'm a quantum health coach. I have a YouTube channel. I run a sober party in Sydney before the lockdown called Broth Night. And I'm all about community. My vision is to help co-create the healthiest people on the planet, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially. And it's the holistic approach to life that, we know that is so important. So my mum is a naturopath. I brought up in a very healthy household. My first stepdad was a yoga teacher. I've been doing yoga my whole life. My second stepdad was a psychotherapist. So I've been learning about trauma release and, shadow cells and things like that for a very long time. But I studied nutrition and health coaching 6 years ago and have been doing events and workshops and things like that ever since. And Healy came into my life 5 months ago. And one of the first people I told was Alex. And I'm like, Alex, you got to check this thing out. He's like, bro, this sounds too good to be true. And we sat at the beach and he had this session on his back and he was like feeling the results. And he was like, whoa, dude, this is really cool. A couple of days later, he bought a Healy And, he's now helped hundreds and hundreds of people all around the world. And so we're here to really unite and link up arms to share this story of Healy. But really the intention for tonight, and I want you guys leaving understanding what Healy does, all the capabilities of it, how it can actually be implemented into your life. There's 120 different programs. So whether it's sleep, energy, mindset, skin, organs, meridians, chakras, protection for EMFs, like whatever it is for you, there's frequencies for everyone. Or maybe if this is not for you, maybe it's for someone else that you know of who needs a bit of support, health support right now. And so we're going to go through the power of Healy, all the frequencies, what microcurrent is, who they are, how it works, and also the support that you get when you join our team. So where do I start? When I first got my Healy, guys, I'm actually really healthy. And so I didn't really know how this was going to help me. But doing the scans, it was so accurate what it picked up. It picked up hormones, it picked up sleep, it picked up different things in my system that were just so accurate that as soon as I put the Healy in, plugged it into my smartphone, I was like, what is this technology? How have I not heard about this? And I really said to myself, I was like, if this product does what they are claiming, what they're saying that it does, this is going to disrupt the whole world. If every person using a Healy can shift their energy just like 1% or 2% or 3% every single day for the better, imagine, there's only 50,000 people globally now. Imagine when there's 1 million people or 100 million people, which is their goal, all shifting their energy, also doing their self-care practices and their meditation and all the other high vibe activities. Together, this is just bringing the coolest people together. And how I see this is each and every one of you, you're here for a reason. Someone's invited you, something sparked inside of you to go, maybe I'll check this thing out. And I truly believe that we are all superheroes as a metaphor in our own lives. We're all out there doing incredible work, and together Healy is bringing them the coolest, most heart-centered people, leaders together to really revolutionize what it means to be a human, but also just helping other people. And we are all the founding fathers and sisters and brothers and sisters and kings and queens of this company, because this is so new. No one has ever heard about this. This is so unique, and it works on so many different parts of the body. As I said, it helps so many different types of people. The testimonials are amazing. So I'd love to share some testimonials with you as well. But as we know, everything is energy. Everything boils down to physical, right? What we see at a subatomic particle at the smallest quantum size is energy, right? Waves and frequencies. And that's what Healy works on. It works on the frequencies of our body to frequency match. The best analogy I give to Healy is kind of like a tuning fork. Those amazing tuning forks to tune certain sounds, and you hear them and it's like, I've got it. I'll just ring my bell here. It's the frequency of love. I don't know if you guys can hear this. I should probably put it closer to my computer, but I've got this chime. It's 528 Hertz, 520, 70, whatever the frequency of love is. And you stand next to it and you're like, oh, it's so calming. So the Healy has 144,000 different frequencies and 120 different programs. And really the machine medically is all about helping pain and chronic pain. It's a medical device for the treatment of pain and chronic pain, fibromyalgia, skeletal pain and migraine, as well as for the supportive treatment of mental illness, such as depression, anxiety, and related sleep disorders. And a lot of the Healy really isn't understood by conventional medicine. So I guess Healy's are really ahead of its time. But a lot of doctors, practitioners, health advocates are jumping on board because they really see the potential of this. And we're not going to go into a lot of the science. I'll go into a little bit of it. But if you want to know more about it, please jump into our groups. There's heaps of science, and there's medical research and peer-reviewed gold standard reviews. So that this is backed by science. And this is the ultimate machine that's like connecting spirituality and consciousness with science and bringing this machine into people's homes, where it's kind of like a Trojan horse to spirituality. We all I believe that we are spiritual beings having a physical experience. And the more that we can realize our potential as, infinite beings, the more exciting life can be. And so this machine gives us the ability to self-analyze ourselves, our habits, our things that are challenging us, and also sets the intention every single day for healing. And I think that is it's so cool. And you're probably wondering, what am I actually talking about? But I'm going to get into all the details in a second. And so let's talk about the science for a second. In everyday life, you know, eating healthy is really important. Good quality structured water, you know, getting into the sun, grounding to the earth, good sleep. You know, these are all raising our vibes and helping our body live a healthy, happy life, right? But in life, there's things that stress us out. For example, you know, toxins in the environment, electromagnetic frequencies from 3, 4, 5G. You know, we have fake light. Like right now, there's fake light from our computers, there's radiation, there's electricity, there's all this electro smog, plus all the other stuff that we can think of. And as we expose our body to more and more stress, the cells in our body have less and less of a charge, until a point where there's inflammation, where there's blood loss, where there's tumor cells can grow, and cell division and cell death. And we don't want that, right? We know how it feels to feel down, low vibe, stuck, inflamed, you know, overwhelmed. And that's not putting our body into the best place to thrive. So the Healy works on the other way, increasing the cell voltage, going from, I guess, a low cell voltage to a higher cell voltage. And all the healthy habits that I mentioned before, yes, do those. This will never replace any of the healthy habits that we do. Those are foundation. Those are basic, right? We all need to do all the healthy habits. This is the extra support that we need to supercharge our cells, like a tuning fork, like a defibrillator, you know, waking our cells up to frequency match to really get ourselves into the healthiest state that they can be. And this is all backed up by Roberta Becker and Bjorn Nordstrom. And these are two incredible minds back in the last, you know, 50, 60 years who were using frequency therapy to accelerate cell growth. And oh gosh, there's so much I can talk to about that, but there's so much science here that's really about increasing the ATP and increasing the cell voltage. And where the Healy works, it's on the physical level, it's on the mental level, it's emotional, the meridians, chakras, bioenergetic field, and learning. And yeah, let's just get into this. So there's two types of parts to the Healy. At its basic level, the Healy does two things. It analyzes the body for imbalances, and then it also delivers the frequency back to the body. So it analyzes like a diagnostic and then gives the frequency back to the body. So this is pretty cool. So imagine there was a device that you guys could use in the morning or during your morning routine or your evening routine that helped you figure out what's going on at a cellular level, what's out of balance, what's not thriving. And so you could use this every single day to supercharge your cells and to get back into balance. And this is the first part of the analysis. So I'll give you a quick walkthrough here. So this is a quick video. And there's two apps. One is the Healy analysis app. One is the other app that has all the frequencies, which we'll go through in a second. And as you go through into the app, you can create a profile. There's two types of scans. We'll do the aura scan right now. And so you click on the profile, literally within 5 seconds, it brings up the energy distribution of our 7 body chakras. So it also gives an interpretation of what that means physically, psychologically, spiritually, emotionally, as well as some affirmations there. It's a great coaching tool for people. It brings a visual representation of the chakras there as well. I think I was having a pretty good day there. And this is just recorded from my phone. From that, you then go to the other app and it gives you a more in-depth analysis on what that means in your life. One of my best mates used this for the first time, and it said his mum's love comes at blackmail. And that was exactly what was going on in his life. His mum and him were having a fight, and 2 days before, and it came up in his scan. For me, it said stuff around father issues, mother issues, relationships, money. Like, it brings it to the surface. This is why it's like it's a self-awareness analysis tool. And from that, the more that we know about ourselves, the more in tune our decisions can be, and the stronger our intuition can be, and we can be guided, which I think is really, really cool. So from that, you do another scan, and that actually brings up what's going on physically. And you can also scan things like the Bach flower remedies, amino acids, the Materia Medica, which is homeopathy, Australian bush flowers, Alaska gem elixirs, the I Ching, Schisandra salts, as well as 16 different categories on what's out of balance. So in every moment, you can do this whenever you like to test what's going on for you. So in this moment, what came up for me was sleep, skin programs, pain and psyche, and then bioenergetic 1 and job programs. So what you always do is you choose the highest one on the program here. So it was sleep programs, that's most out of balance. you go back in and do another scan. So it's kind of like Healy's the thing that brings you back into balance. Kind of like when you go bowling for the very first time and you put the roller guards up when you go bowling, and just so you don't lose and your ball goes to the very end of the alley. This is bringing you back into balance a lot quicker. So this was bed rest it was recommending, and then recommending fine flow. So those were the frequencies it recommended for me. And then from there, you go over to the other app that then delivers the frequencies back to the body to get the body back into balance. So sometimes, I've noticed working with people, it brings up my little brother. He had some acne, and it brought up that it recommended the skin programs and recommended the acne programs. It picked it up in his field and then recommended that back to his body. And it was so accurate. In that, there's also frequencies for back pain, joint pain, chronic pain, mental balance. There's frequencies that you do on your ears as well as sticky pads. There's frequencies for learning, concentration. That's helped me a lot lately to really stay focused during these stressful times. There's frequencies for fitness. There's frequencies for job, mental balance. Again, that's one of my faves. Skin, elasticity, nails, hair. So think about all the people out there that are taking medication or that they're, on some kind of health kick to support their body. This is an added level of support for them, whether it's chakra programs, protection programs from electrosensitivity or geopathy or cell protection or sleep protection. Everything's energy. So if we can get back into that healthy resonance, the healthier our bodies resonate and vibe, and the quicker our body just has the environment to thrive in. And so what happens is once you then connect your phone with the phone to the Healy, the phone sends all the frequencies to the Healy, right? Now, this was my biggest challenge with the Healy. My biggest concern was Bluetooth, the EMF. Can I turn the Bluetooth off? And the answer is yes. Once it's programmed, you can turn the Bluetooth off and then walk away. You can leave your phone at home, go for a walk, go meditate, sit under a tree, go relax. You don't have to be next to your technology. So that's really important. And so once it's loaded, you can then choose the intensity of how you want, the volume, so to speak, the intensity of the frequencies on your wrist. So you got 15% it starts off with, but you can go lower. Some people who are really sensitive feel it at 5%. And if you put a little bit of water in between here, it helps the connectivity. And going up a little bit higher, you can feel this tingle in your hand. It's kind of like a buzz feeling. And it's like it's super low. It's called microcurrent. It's like a millionth of an amp. And it's just super, super subtle. And so in that, every single program, so say I'm doing energy, instead of going to have a coffee, I'll do a frequency for energy, right? And so it's got 700.8 hertz there, and then it's going to 795.4 hertz. Every 10 seconds, it's changing the hertz. So it's going, okay, these have all been scientifically proven the last 14 years in Germany with Time Waver, the parent company, to help energy. But not one frequency is going to support the body or help the body. It's a variety. It's about a platter. When you eat food, you don't just eat one food all the time. You need a variety. You want the colors of the rainbow. Same thing with frequency. We want a variety. And so it goes through the first 20, 30 minutes, figuring out which frequencies are for you. And then the last 20, 30 minutes, it just focuses on those frequencies. So every time you do the energy program or the intestines program or the skin program, it's going to give you a different variety of frequencies to help your body in that moment, because in every Healy is a crystal in here that is actually like like your radio. Your radio picks up on frequencies, and you're changing from, all the different frequencies, and one frequency off, it changes the reception completely. So they've tuned the exact frequencies of what our body needs. And if our body doesn't need it, we just don't accept it. Our body just goes, oh, we're good. But if the body needs it, it helps to recharge the cells. So this is one of my favorite programs, the Gold Cycle for relaxation, releasing, which is all about releasing tension out of the body. Being and balance are just all about being chilled and calm, great for meditation. Care is for our immune system. Pure is for helping support the cleansing of impurities out of the body. Energy is obviously energy. And then you've got all the different categories, and over time, they're going to be adding more and more frequencies to the bottom line here. And if you need specific frequencies made for you, you can connect with the medical staff at Time Waver, and they can make specific frequencies just for your body. and they send that onto your Healy. So that's really cool. And in the future, they're also going to be rolling out extra digital nutrition packages where you can have vitamin C or vitamin E, vitamin D, glutathione, certain frequencies for men, certain frequencies for women. There's more tailored frequencies on subscription basis as well. So it has the quantum sensor, it's application based. Anyone can use this if you have a smartphone, 144,000 frequencies right now. And you either connect it through your sticky pads into the ear clips or to the wrists. And so I don't know about you guys, but if you're getting just like a little bit excited by this, can you guys just put like, right, yes, yes in the chat? Yes, 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 whoop, whoop. So, who'd have thought that there would be a device that actually allows us to figure out what's going on for us and then deliver a frequency? Of course, our intuition is really powerful, and yes, we can increase that skill and I guess sense, and that's first and foremost, right? But for those of us who are wanting to strengthen our intuition and get back in touch with our body, this is like a second opinion, and it really accelerates the connection between learning, feedback, like doing something, and getting that feedback back, and whether that's working or not, which is really cool. So who is behind Healy and Time Waver? This guy called Marcus. He's written 25 books. He's got his own Institute for Consciousness. He was a monk for over 10 years going to India. And he is just one of the most smartest human beings I've ever seen on a webinar. He, I've loved learning about science, and I'm a massive geek at heart. And so hearing him talk, he's just absolute genius, and he's the one behind Healy. I got the opportunity to actually ask him a question on a webinar the other week with some of our team. And I said, hey, Marcus, like, what do you do? What's your morning routine look like? And he said, Zach, I start my morning with lemon and water and just stay hydrated. And I was like, cool, Marcus, thanks for sharing. So I think it's a very alkalining kind of habit to do. So that's pretty cool. But he lives in a massive castle in Germany. They have all the physicists and quantum biologists in the castle below them. And then the family lives there, and he's just this like mad hatter that just has these incredible ideas. And, with his books and knowledge, he's just an incredible human being. So that's who's behind Healy. And then Marcus met Nuno Nina. He's been using 144,000 gold frequencies for 15 years. I think he's got 7 clinics in Portugal. So these frequencies have been used for a very long time, and they're scientifically proven to support the body's field. And then this is what it would usually be like. Imagine sitting down, it's a pretty comfy massage chair, actually. It's a pretty good way to do it. But see the big box on the chair? That's what it would be. Those are 20,000 euro machines connected to software. So the Healy is a compressed version. Instead of paying, 20,000 euros, we're paying 500 euros or 1,000 euros or 1,500 euros or 2,500 euros is the top one that does the scanning and has all the frequencies. So who else is behind Healy? There's a massive science board. And when I looked at their titles here and, who these people are, these guys are incredibly holistic. For example, Caroline McMacken, she's a frequency specific microcurrent specialist. She's been using frequency therapy for athletes and recovery and injury prevention. And so I think she has about 70,000 frequencies that have been working for her. And so Time Waver and Healy have bought her frequencies to use for us. And we have exclusive patented right to use these frequencies, and they're going to get added over time to Healy. And when you look at some of the other credentials here, some of them being naturopaths, homeopaths, acupuncturists, epigeneticists, phytotherapy, which is like herbs and energy medicine practitioners, I just had this realization. I was like, oh, finally, there's a company that is doing it the holistic way. Finally, they're looking at the synergy of the body, not just one approach. So I thought that's really cool. Who is funding Healy? This guy called Christian Harper. He's the owner of Superfund. And then he invested in cryptocurrency, and with cryptocurrency, he's worth billions of dollars, and he's invested $100 million into Healy, which is amazing. He's a green, conscious investor. He's owns one of the only vegan Michelin star restaurants in the world. So high-end vegan restaurants. He's into conscious green investing. And then Dirk was the CEO, and he's responsible for getting this company the massive growth that it's under right now. And with the growth, with the startup, there are some, I guess, glitches with the customer service and the support right now. But that is just where it's at right now. And if it wasn't for this guy, we in Australia wouldn't have had access to Healy. So, you know, with everything, there's pros and cons to everything. There's been massive growth, but the customer service is quickly, you know, getting back on track to actually support this growth. So what I'd love to do now is get some testimonials from you guys. So whether you've had a Healy for a day or a week or a couple of months, maybe just like a 1-minute share on how Healy has helped you. Just keep it really short. And I would love just to hear some of your, just some of your testimonials. Please open it up. I think Thomas, maybe we'll start with Tom. Tom or Alex or Alice, yeah.
Okay, I'm happy to start.
Go for it.
I'll do a quick one, but so you introduced to me, as you mentioned, on the beach in Sydney, and then I went into all kind of research into what that was about, because exactly I was like, this can't be real. I was open to it though, because I've been working a bit with energy and reading Joe Dispenza and Bruce Lipton and Deepak Chopra and these people. So I was open to it, and then I was using it, improved. I'm often joking. I was so excited about what the Healy could do. That would prevent me from sleeping, and then I would use the Healy, the device, to actually sleep better. After it's been like 4 months, I'm using it now. I have so much energy, and I feel like I'm very, very present, which makes that almost any anxiety is gone, because when you're in the present moment, it's hard to be anxious. So yeah, that really helped me with that. I use it for so many things. I also love some of the people we've shared it with, you know. For example, a week ago, we were on the call for the French team, because there's quite a big French team now. And it was Thomas' mom gave it to a neighbor who had a problem with their knee for like, I think, several years, and they couldn't walk more than 2 kilometers. And after a couple of days of using the Healy, they could walk 7 kilometers. I remember also when we were together, Zach, in Newcastle, Australia, and we scanned that super stressed guy. The scanner comes back with extreme stress as a recommendation. He runs the programs, says he's never been that relaxed, and the next day we do a little event, and his wife comes with him to tell us that in 10 years she's never seen her husband that relaxed. So yeah, there's like so many stories that are incredible.
There are, I know, the testimonials are so unique, you know. It's just phenomenal. And we have actually, when you join the team, there's a lot of support, whether it's the group support or the testimonial group, or it's also, there's a frequency specialist expert that we have a chat on Telegram. So if you have certain questions around health or more, you know, sciencey questions, you can actually ask this lady and she'll recommend certain frequencies for you as well. So there's a lot of support there and backing to help us on our journey. Thanks for sharing, dude. Thank you, Alex. Who wants to share next? Alice?
Yes, can you hear me? Okay, so when I first heard about Healy from Alex, we actually borrowed his device, and then I'm actually still waiting for my Healy, so I borrowed another friend's device, but I use it 3 times a day. So I've got some chronic health issues that have been around for a while with inflammation. So I run a program just to assist with that. And I'll also do just a gold cycle every day for general well-being and health. And I'll usually choose one more, whether to assist me in my meditation to become more focused, or if I haven't done that in the morning, at night time, I'll do I'll choose a sleep program just to help me sleep through the night, because I'm used to waking up quite a lot. And all the programs I can say I'm feeling benefits from. So I'm really, really, really happy with it. I think it's just incredible.
Awesome. Awesome. Thanks, Alice. Amazing.
Okay. I'll go on.
Tom? Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah. Tom, can you mute yourself also? Thank you. So my name is Thomas. I've been having the Healy for 2 months and a half, and on top of building a super exciting team, I want to share one specific testimonial because it was kind of my experiment with it. So I went to the beach. I got fully burned everywhere, red like a tomato, not on purpose. And then I said, okay, I'm going to see if the Healy can significantly help my skin recover. So I did something we're not fully supposed to do. I did the programs 4 times before I slept, the one regenerating the skin, just to see. And when I woke up, no cream, no nothing. I didn't have one burn. My skin was not even, highly sensitive. So for me, that was the first experiment I think I did with it, and it just blew my mind. Now, that's one example. And the second one is the concentration program that I use for meditation and for energy work. It helps the mind stay more centered, as if there is some sort of inertia with your thoughts, and it's easier to stay focused. I could share 10 other testimonies, but I think that will be enough. And I'll give the mic to my beloved.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing.
Hi, everyone. Yeah. Good morning from us in Mexico. Yeah, I've been using it now for 7 weeks, Healy, and having amazing experiences. But one specifically is that I have a lot of moon cramps, like a lot. I can barely go out of bed for 2 days. And I used Healy for the first day. And immediately after the session, I think we used the release program, or which one was it?
Yeah, we did the local menstruation pain and then the release program.
And the whole day afterwards, I had energy. I felt instant clarity in my field. Like it was like that heaviness that I normally feel. There's like a fog was gone. And I was able to do all the things that I wanted to do in the day and the next day as well. So for me, it's a radical improvement. And I felt also that it helped my cycle a lot. So yeah, it's amazing. For me, it's mind blowing because it's nearly my whole life. I've been kind of, in chronic pain from this. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, good on you. Congrats. And I think this is where, whether it's, a health challenge that you guys are personally going through, or whether it's someone that we all know someone who's, whether they're eating a healthy diet or something's not working, or they're doing exercise and not seeing results, or they're on, some pills and lotions and stuff like that. And, this is something else, it's not to say that they should stop that, but it's like, this is something else that's getting such great results. And why wouldn't we share this with people? So I'm going to get through to the rest of the presentations. So thank you for sharing.
Hey, Zach, can we get Scarlett also?
Oh, yeah, sure. Please, Scarlett. Sorry.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Yes. Well, the first time that I had frequency healing was already a couple of years ago. I went to a clinic for 1.5 years, every 2 weeks, but it really helped me in my health big time. And I had sleeping issues already for a long time. And I did so many healings, treatments, supplements. I tried everything. I was really desperate. And it was really horrible for the quality of my life, because I'm a person, I want to do a lot of things. I'm in my bed, I'm like, oh, I'm going to do this and this and that tomorrow. And then I can't sleep. And then I wake up like, and with Christmas, I was at home, and my father is he's here as well. And my father is in quantum healing, already very much interested. And he has a website about biofrequency as well. And he had a machine. And he helped my mother with the insomnia as well. And my mother also has a lot of insomnia for many years. And that is like a miracle. And so I tried it, and I really felt it already the first night. It was like, wow, this is really amazing. And so I was here at the beginning of the lockdown, and I had such problems. I didn't sleep. And my father said, well, we don't use it anymore. We will send you the device. And I was using it, and it really helped. And I had restless legs all the time as well. And immediately that was over. And I was like, wow, this is life-changing. And after that, I started to heal my digestive problems, because it was not really working well, not really flowing well, some pains. And that was also something I've been, trying to heal that for a long time. And it healed. And I was like, wow, I really want to share this with the world. But then I also heard about Healy, and I saw Healy, and I thought the other machine is also good, but it's a little bit old fashioned, and it's bigger. It's not the thing that I want to share the world with. And Healy is like, it's just a very small device. I'm using it right now. I'm doing a hormone program. And just with my phone, I can travel around. I can share it with anybody. And I feel the energy of the company and of the team. And I'm like, yes, I want to be a part of this too. I really feel that with Healy, I can share this beautiful technique with everybody, with the world, So, and I'm really happy I joined, and I'm using Healy now since a week, and I'm working on other things like concentration, like energy, balance. I'm doing 3 programs at least a day, and I really feel good with it. And yeah, I'm really happy. So that's why I want to share it with all of you.
Beautiful. Thanks for the story. That's really interesting to hear. Yeah, there are so many machines out there, but a lot of the machines and most of the machines, you have to be a practitioner, and they're big old clunky machines. This is the only machine we can use without having to be a practitioner. So yeah, congrats. And that's just your first, you've been doing this for a week? Well, how long have you had it? Just a week.
I really
wow.
feel so good, I want to try all the programs, and it's really nice, and I really feel energy boost, and
that's awesome. Oh, cool. And I think there's one more share. Was it
Mary, you want to jump in? And
Mary, yeah. Would love to hear your story, Mary.
Can you hear me? Yeah, so I'm using the Healy since 3 weeks now. And it's Thomas, you introduced me to the Healy. And so to me, I'm pretty healthy. So I was like, I don't know how this thing will really help me in my day-to-day life. But I'm using the mental balance program and also the program for acne, because I have a lot of hormonal acne. And so I feel like it's helped me, but I'm not really sure yet, because I still have acne. I still have mood swing. So I'm still using it and to see if it really works, because right now I'm still in the, so I don't know.
And that's it. Yeah, putting it to the test.
Yeah, it looks like I have a beautiful skin, but I still have.
It looks like you have gray skin. I don't know what you're talking about. But that's good.
I still have acne. Yeah.
And that's the good thing. Yeah, just putting it to the test. They recommend, lots of water, stay hydrated, and also get connected to the earth at least 30 minutes a day. Okay, I just lagged.
So sorry. Is it working? Because
I just disconnected. I'm back. My bad.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, did I miss anything? Earth to Zach. Thanks for sharing, Marie. Was that all the share?
Yeah, and also for my digestive issues, it cleared up. So this is healed. But I'm still in the process, if it's working or not, if it's really because of the Healy or something else. But yeah, since I'm using it, I don't have any digestive issues, and I'm like, it's really too good to be true. But
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great. Early days, this is these little shifts every day helping our field. It's just going to, over the next weeks, months and years, we have no idea how this is going to support us. So thank you for sharing, guys. Would love to get into the rest of the prezzo. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. New computer, figuring out how to use it. So that is the Healy effect. And hopefully you guys are feeling it and you're seeing the culture and what this is all about. And, we invite you to trial the Healy. When you get started with the Healy, it's a 14-day money back guarantee. So if you don't like the Healy after 2 weeks, when you receive it, trial it out, do all the frequencies, trial it on your friends. And if you're at the end of the 2 weeks and you're like, hey, I don't want this anymore, send it back and you get all your money back. So worst case scenario, you use the Healy for 2 weeks, and you get your money back. If you love the Healy and you want to, you know, use it for yourself, and maybe other friends are asking you like, how does this work? You can also share it, and by sharing it with other people, it can go towards paying for yours as well. So the more that we help other people, the more we get rewarded. And about 3 or 4 helping people, with the Healy, you can get your Healy for free, which is great. And so you're probably wondering how much the Healys are, and this is the price. So the Healy Gold has about 20 different programs, 20 to 30 different programs. The Healy Holistic Health has about 50 different programs. The Healy Holistic Health Plus has all 120 programs, and the Healy Resonance has all the programs, 120 programs, and has the scanning ability. So the only one that scans is the Healy Resonance. And that scans for the Bach flower remedies, all the different frequencies, figuring out the chakras and the emotional scan. That's all there. And so at the moment, there is a promotion in America to the 25th. And so depending on where you are in the world, and depending on who invited you to this webinar, go back to the person who invited you to get started. And you could start on a lower Healy and then upgrade later on, depending on, you just pay the difference to upgrade. Or at the moment, the promotion is if you purchase the Healy Holistic Plus, the 1,500 euro, you get upgraded to the Healy Resonance for free. So the Resonance is you're saving nearly 1,000 euro. And so each machine gets an upgrade. And so that's an awesome opportunity if you're wanting to buy the Healy. Whether you're wanting to learn some more about the Healy, go to the groups, learn about the science, hear the testimonials, and or whether you're just wanting to really jump in, talk to the person that invited you, and they can send you their link, and they'll walk you through that step by step. And depending on postage, can take a week to 2 weeks at the moment. There's some financing options depending if you're in Australia, and they're all equivalent. I think I've got that as a spelling mistake, equivalent to Australian dollars. This is euros. It's similar to the US dollars. It's very different in Australia, but it's all the same. Yeah. So what do you get when you get started? So say you say, yeah, I'm really excited. I want to get my Healy. What next? All right. So you get started, go through someone's link, and then you receive your Healy. You get the wristbands, you get the ear electrodes, you get the sticky pads, you get the booklet. You also have a getting started training, which is a 1-page website where we go through all the tech support, how to run the machine, and how to set it all up correctly, as well as all the chat groups, all the practitioner chat groups and the user chat groups, and lifelong Q&As. So whether that's ongoing training with our team, myself, webinars, we have everything recorded. We're creating also a business platform for anyone who's wanting to share the Healy and learn about the skills needed to become an online entrepreneur and a digital nomad. We have the training for that as well. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys so much for jumping on the webinar. This has been super fun. I might just hang out now and do a bit of Q&A, and would love to hear some of your questions.